welcome back to my channel Vijay Biology Tutorials. Today we are going to learn about the vascular tissues. Before going to the topic, please do subscribe to my channel by hitting the bell button. Okay, now before going to the topic, here already in the previous video we have learned about the different plant tissues. Like we have learned about the meristematic tissues, we have learned dermal tissues, we have learned, and the ground tissues we have learned. If anyone did not see the video, you can go and visit to my channel and you can see the video. So here today we are going to learn about the vascular tissues. The vascular tissues are mainly of two types. The first one is the xylem, the second one is the phloem. So what is the meaning of the vascular tissues? The vascular tissues are helpful in conducting of the water as well as the food material, which are very important to the plant. So nothing but the vascular tissues can be simply called as the conducting tissues. Here these vascular tissues are of two types. These are xylem and phloem. These vascular tissues are called as complex tissues. The vascular tissues are called as complex tissues. Why are they called as complex tissues? Means they are not made up of a single type of cells. They are made up of different types of the cells. That's why they are called as complex tissues. So under the complex tissues you can write down xylem and phloem. Now we will study about detail about the xylem and phloem. Before going to the xylem and phloem, we have to know about the two important points that are what are angiosperms, the other one is what are gymnosperms. What are angiosperms and gymnosperm? So this bit is important for the children who are preparing for the NEET. Why? Because here they will be asking what is the major difference between the angiosperm and gymnosperms regarding to the xylem and phloem. Means here the angiosperms, first of all, what are angiosperms we have to learn. The angiosperms are the plants which are having the seeds embedded in the fruits. So once again I will say the angiosperms are the plants which has the seeds embedded in the fruits are called as angiosperms, while the gymnosperms where the seeds are naked and are not enclosed in the fruit are called as the gymnosperms. Angiosperms means they are having the flowers, they will be having the fruits, and they will be having the seeds will be enclosed by the fruits, while the gymnosperms are the seeds are not enclosed in the fruits. Those are called as gymnosperms. So first of all, angiosperms, gymnosperms you have learned. So now let us go into the topic, that is xylem and phloem. Xylem. Here the xylem is made up of four different types of the cells. The first one is the tracheids. The second one is the vessels. The third one is the fibers. Fibers in the sense xylem fibers. The last one is the parenchyma. The last one is the parenchyma. So here tracheids. Tracheids are nothing but here the tracheids are the longitudinal cells which are lengthy cells. Their walls are made up of the lignin. Their walls are made up of lignin and these are the dead cells. The walls are made up of lignin and these are the dead cells. Okay, and the vessels are, these are also longitudinal cells like this. The cells will be longitudinal, and here there will be vacuoles will be present, large sized vacuoles will be present in these vessels, and they are also important for the angiospermic plant which helps in the transportation of the water. And fibers, these are also made up of the lignin only. These are also made up of lignin. So here parenchyma, especially xylem parenchyma, they are made up of the cellulose. Xylem parenchyma is made up of the cellulose. They have dense cytoplasm. Means more amount of the cytoplasm they have the nucleus. So here the parenchyma function is to store the parenchyma function is to store the food material you can take or store the minerals. Means it is helpful for the storage. Okay, here the xylem plays an important role in the transportation of the water from the roots to all the parts of the body. Transportation of the water along with the other minerals also. So the transportation of the water and minerals from the roots to all the parts of the body will be carried out by the xylem. And the xylem is having four different types of the cells, that is tracheids, vessels, fibers and parenchyma. Tracheids are the cells which are made up of the lignin and they don't have the protoplasm, so they are called as the dead cells. And vessels are also present. These are the longitudinal cells. They have large sized vacuoles. Fibers are present. These are also made up of lignin. Sometimes they are made up of the sclerenchymatous tissues also. And next the parenchyma. The parenchyma is made up of the cellulose. It is having the dense cytoplasm and nucleus is present, and the function of the xylem parenchyma is to store the food material. Okay, again the xylem is again divided into two types. Xylem is again divided into two types. One is, the xylem is divided into two types. One is protoxylem. Protoxylem. The other one is metaxylem. Protoxylem and metaxylem. Protoxylem means if the xylem is formed primarily, means first formed xylem is called as protoxylem. First formed xylem is called as protoxylem. First formed xylem is called as protoxylem. The next formed xylem means the secondarily formed xylem. Secondly or secondarily formed xylem is called as metaxylem. Secondarily formed xylem. Secondarily formed xylem is called as metaxylem, and the first formed xylem is called as protoxylem. If you see in the stem especially, if you see in the stem, the protoxylem will be towards the center and the metaxylem means towards the center protoxylem will be present and surrounding that towards the corners the metaxylem. This will be the metaxylem and this will be the protoxylem. Means if the protoxylem is towards the center, then it is called as end-arc xylem. It is called as end-arc xylem. If the protoxylem is towards the center and the metaxylem is towards the periphery, it is called as end-arc xylem. So that end-arc xylem is observed in the stem. The end-arc xylem is observed in the stem. And next, if the protoxylem is towards, if the metaxylem is towards the center, metaxylem is towards the center or towards the pith region, it is called as, and if the protoxylem is towards the periphery, if the protoxylem is towards the periphery and if the metaxylem is towards the center or towards the pith region, it is called as exarch xylem. Such a type of xylem is called as exarch xylem. Exarch xylem is observed in the root. Exarch xylem is observed in the root. So this is a neat bit again. Here end-arc xylem is observed in the stem and exarch xylem is observed in the root. What is end-arc xylem? What is exarch xylem? If the protoxylem is towards the pith region and if the metaxylem is towards the periphery, it is called as end-arc xylem. And this end-arc xylem is observed in the stem. Exarch xylem means if the protoxylem is towards the periphery and if the metaxylem is towards the center, it is called as an exarch xylem. The exarch xylem is observed in the root. This is about the xylem tissue. So xylem is important for the transportation of the water. It helps in the absorption of the minerals and passing of the minerals to all the parts of the plant body. The xylem is having 4 different types of the cells: xylem, tracheids, vessels, and xylem fibers, and xylem parenchyma. Tracheids are the non-living cells, means that they are equal to the dead cells because they lack the protoplasm, and these walls are made up of the lignin. The xylem vessels, they are also having the long cylindrical shape with large sized vacuoles are present. Xylem parenchyma helps in the storage of the food materials. Okay, the xylem is divided into two types, protoxylem and the metaxylem. The first formed xylem is called as protoxylem and the secondarily formed xylem is called as metaxylem. If the protoxylem is towards the center and the metaxylem is towards the periphery, it is called as end-arc xylem, and if the protoxylem is towards the periphery and if the metaxylem is towards the center, it is called as exarch xylem. Exarch xylem is observed in the root, whereas the end-arc xylem is observed in the stem. Okay, next coming to the phloem. Phloem. The phloem is important tissue that helps in the conduction of the food materials. So generally who will prepare the food material? Means here the leaf will be preparing the food material. So the food material that was prepared by the leaf. Here one point you have to remember, the xylem direction is unidirectional, whereas the phloem direction is bidirectional, because no one other than the root will be absorbing the water from the soil. But here the phloem, the leaves will be preparing the food material, and the food material has to be passed all over the parts of the body. That's why the direction of the phloem is bidirectional, whereas the direction of the xylem is unidirectional. So now in this phloem, if you see, phloem is having seed tube cells, seed tube elements, it is having seed tube elements. Next, companion cells, phloem fibers, and phloem parenchyma. phloem fibers and phloem parenchyma. Phloem fibers and phloem parenchyma. So the phloem is having four different types of the cells: seed tube elements, companion cells, phloem fibers, and phloem parenchyma. Here, the seed tube elements are not having the nucleus. They are devoid of nucleus, means they are deficient of the nucleus. Then, who will do the function means here, the companion cells and the seed tube elements together they will be working. Here the works or the transportation will be done by the nucleus of the companion cells, means these two together they will be joined, and the work of the seed tube cells or elements also will be done by the companion cells, means the pressure gradient will be maintained by the companion cells especially. Okay, the next one is the phloem fibers. The phloem fibers generally can be observed in the secondary growth, and these phloem fibers are made up of the sclerenchyma. The phloem fibers are made up of the sclerenchyma. Okay, the next one is the phloem parenchyma. As usual, they store the food material. Here the seed tube elements, companion cells, phloem fibers and phloem parenchyma. The seed tube elements and the companion cells together they will be running parallel to each other, and the seed tube elements are lacking the nucleus. This nucleus lacking seed tube elements will be working together with the companion cells. So the transportation everything will be done by the nucleus of the companion cells. The pressure gradient also will be means that work of the accepting the pressure gradient also will be done by the companion cells only. The phloem fiber cells are made up of the sclerenchyma, and the phloem parenchyma as usual it is made up of cellulose, and it is having the dense cytoplasm, and the nucleus is also present. Dense cytoplasm, nucleus is also present. Okay, phloem parenchyma. Here the phloem fibers, so sun hemp, blast and flax. Sun hemp, if you see the fibers of the sun hemp, next flax. So these fibers are these are coming from the phloem fibers which are used commercially nowadays. Okay, so like that these phloem cells are used for the transportation of the food material, and their direction is bidirectional. So here this phloem is having four. This phloem is useful for the transportation of the food material. It is made up of the seed tube elements, companion cells, phloem fibers and phloem parenchyma. The seed tube elements are lacking the nucleus, so they do work combinedly with the companion cells for the transportation of the food material. The phloem fibers are generally they are the dead cells, and they are made up of the sclerenchymatous tissue. As they are made up of sclerenchymatous tissue, they are very hard in nature, means they are obtained from the plants like sun hemp and the flax. Those are commercially used nowadays. The phloem parenchyma as usual it is made up of the cellulose, and it is having the dense cytoplasm and the nucleus. Here also you have the protoploem and metaploem. Protoploem and metaploem will be present. Protoploem and metaploem. Here in the protoploem, narrow seed tube elements will be formed. Narrow seed tube elements, if there are narrow seed tube elements will be formed in the protoploem. Narrow seed tube elements. In the metaploem, big sized seed tube elements will be present. Big sized seed tube elements will be present. Big sized seed tube elements will be present. So this is the main difference between the protoploem and the metaploem. Okay, so these are the two important conducting tissues, xylem and phloem. Now, what is the major difference between the angiosperms and gymnosperms regarding to the xylem and phloem, which is very important bit for the NEET students. So here in the, so if you take angiosperms, already I said what are angiosperms? The flowering plants in which the seeds are enclosed in the fruit are called as angiosperms. If the seeds are not included in the fruit, they are called as the gymnosperms. Here in the angiosperms, if you take in the xylem, tracheids and vessels are useful for the transportation of the water. Tracheids and vessels are useful for the transportation of the water. And next, if you come to the gymnosperms, here vessels are absent. In the gymnosperms, vessels are absent. So the xylem of the gymnosperms is lacking the vessels. Next, coming to the phloem, if you take phloem, sieve cells, sieve tube elements, and companion cells, sieve tube elements and companion cells will be useful for the transportation of the food material. Now coming to the gymnosperms, here the albuminous cells and sieve tube elements or sieve cells will be helpful in the transportation of the food material. Means here companion cells are lacking in the gymnosperms and rachid cells are lacking in the gymnosperms, while rachids and vessels help in the transportation of the water, and here sieve tube elements and companion cells helps in the transportation of the food material. This is an important bit for the NEET students. So these are the important vascular tissues which help for the conduction of the food materials and water throughout the plant body. So if you like this video, please do subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button. Thank you.